Welcome back, episode 37 of the TNEC Cash. Your boy Shuff with the man, the Weapon K. Here we are, baby, again and again and again. And gotta hit you with our housekeeping, like, comment, subscribe. For us, this is a mutual thing. We are continuing to work, and we have to be better because we talk a lot about accountability. So both Kyrie and myself, we need to be better about responding to the comments and making sure that we're, people are taking the time to comment. We got to make sure that we're in there responding and, and everything like that. So that's something that this week, you're going to see. You might have commented, 10 episodes ago, but we're going to respond.
We'll get to you.
We'll get, and really get that going. So before I kind of recap, the weekend, okay, how you feeling?
Man, I'm chilling. Life is good. I woke up this morning. What happened this weekend, my man?
So this weekend NFF, because we're very heavily involved with NFF. Had the last show of the season. It was here in Dallas. Kind of a little side note because everybody's like, "Oh, do you have anybody in the show?" I was like, "No," and they were just so shocked because this is our our home base. Or like, "Wait, you don't have anybody in the show?" I was like, "No," because oddly enough, I feel like we all wound down at the same time. Yeah. Except for the stuff we had at Allen, where everybody's like kind of, oh, okay, yeah, we're gonna start to grow. The show was wonderful, great end to the year. It's a penultimate step to, if you do not know, it's my name, but it's TNEC. We're putting on the Dallas Showdown June 4th, so that's this was the penultimate. It's going to be in the same location. So it was really cool. Like that location just means a lot to me. That's where I first met Kyrie. That's where we were there. That's where I won my pro card. That's where, we got a bunch of people went pro, one pro show. Like, so that's just a very special, first time I've emceed. I emceed. That was hilarious. And I didn't curse.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of myself, but with all that being said, it was a great way to end the year. Learned a lot. It's going to help us, NFF, man, natural bodybuilding, these things that we got going on. I mean, it's going to be a dope 2022. So I'm really excited. Really excited. As far as our show, we will be talking more about that, not today, but just, as it comes along. So, okay, what are we going to talk about? What are we going to focus on today?
Today, we're going to be talking about managing your focus and your goals. Right, and whenever I say managing your focus, you're only allotted so much focus. Let's call it like a currency. You're only allotted so much. You don't want to waste a good amount of focus on something that really isn't going to make you better. Is going to make the people around you better, and it's just going to waste your time, waste everyone else's time, bring the world down. So we're going to talk about ways to manage that and figure out where are you going in life. You'll be surprised how many times I ask my troops, especially if I get a new troop, saying, "Hey, bro, what's your end goal? Where are you going?" And they just be like a deer in headlights, like, "What do you mean?" So you have to kind of have a friend, an ally, a supervisor to kind of sit down with you and be like, "Okay, let's figure out where you're going. Manage our focus. You want to go with school? Cool. We'll focus on school. We're not really going to focus on leading a bake sale. You know what I mean? We're going to focus on school, getting that degree, and go from there. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Isaac, you want to lead this charge?
Yeah. I'll take it. I'll take the alley-oop. I may be tossing it back. I may dunk it.
I'll be ready.
We'll see what happens. But so like we always talk about, we do our show prep and we're talking. This is actually a topic Kyrie texted me about. Was it yesterday? A couple of days ago, but either way. So managing your focus, right? So one thing it took me a long time to truly to understand was that you can't give 100% to more than one thing. We think we can and all this stuff, or more than one thing at one time. So so like right now, I'm giving 100% to the TNEC cast. I'm not going on my phone. I'm right here. But often we split our focus, and then we wonder why A, B, or C is not doing what it needs to do, because we're sitting there. Why is this not going the way I want it to go? It's because you're only giving it 50% of your focus, 60% of your focus versus that 100% that it needs. So with that being said, obviously, we're, bodybuilders, coaches, things like that. So the story that I'm going to tell was a couple of days ago, I was in the gym doing my morning workout, and you just notice different things. And I see a lady, she was on the assisted pull-up machine. I think she's going to get ready to do them step things. I don't know what she actually ended up
Oh,
doing.
I
I don't
hate
remember
those.
that
Oh
part.
man,
Yeah,
what?
but so I'm sitting there, I'm doing, doing my work. I literally said, I just noticed it. Don't know, just notice different things. And I was just like, I went through, I did about 2 sets. I'm like, yo, she's still just sitting. She hasn't moved. And so, okay, now I'm on to my next exercise because I was in the same area. She was on her phone. She was on her phone. Now, look, this is where, because I'm going to be fair. You never know what's going on, because there have been times I've had to kind of pause my workout for different situations because I got to handle something. It happens. You know what I mean? Now, granted, I'm no expert, but the body language did not tell me that there was an emergency going on or anything like that. And I did think I saw one of these, one of those. Wait, I have to find one of these, where they hold up, hold up the phone because they're taking a selfie. So I see this, and I'm just like, this is the same person that types a status on Facebook, been going hard in the gym for 3 weeks. I don't know why I'm not seeing results. Been going hard in the gym for 3 months, barely seeing any results. Somebody help me. And everybody comes in and tells them a bunch of dumb stuff. And you can say, like, look, there's nutrition, different things like that, but that's what you do when you go in there for your hour and a half, 2 hours, 30 minutes, whenever you're going in there, and you're splitting your focus between being on the phone, trying to pick up a guy or a girl, whatever it is, and you're not actually doing your workout. How can you expect to get the results that you say that you wanted to get? Your focus is split, so you have to manage it. You have to understand, like, so I know now on the phones you can set up a purposeful do not disturb based on location. So when you're at the gym, it'll set up do not disturb, and only certain people can get through. That's managing your focus. So now if an emergency does pop up, you don't have to worry about, oh, I can't get through. Or if somebody's at a doctor's appointment, or you got to pick somebody up at a time that you don't know, all these different things. But that's what, that's a very tangible example of managing your focus. Now I'll give you one more just in talking about it. So we have these goals, right? No matter what your goal is. 9 times out of 10, there's at least more than one step.
Can you hear that?
Hear what?
Never mind.
Okay.
Never mind.
So you have your goal. Not most in most cases, most goals have more than one step to it, right? So if you lose focus, that's like falling off of the path. You have to manage your focus. So if you know to get to your goal of saving $10,000 by the end of the year. So you start January 1, you say, I want to save $10,000, right? I'm gonna give you, say you want to save $12,000 because January 1 of 2023, you want to buy a house, and that's what you need for your down payment, this, that, and the third. So now you take that 12,000, break it down. You say, okay, how am I going to do this? So you don't want to just look at that big number, because if you try to get it all in one day, you're probably doing something illegal, or or you're just you're putting too much pressure on yourself. So what you do, you say, okay, there's 12 months in the year, so I need to do or average $1,000 a month. Okay, now that sounds a little bit more doable. Now there's about, or I mean, if I'm again, I'm going to keep the math simple because there's 52 weeks in the year. Because I know somebody will go, I didn't do the math right. So we keep the math simple. So there are typically 4 weeks in a month. So now you're at 1,000 a month. Now you're at 250 per week. If you get paid every 2 weeks, that's 500 a check. So now you have something tangible to work with. Now where I'm going with this is, do you have something? Are you able to focus? Are you able to focus on doing that every single time? What do you need to do? What steps did you put in place to say, I can save this 250 every week or 500 every check? Because it shouldn't be optional. So your focus can't be, oh, I want to buy this video game.
Yeah.
No offense, because one of my brothers, he is making tons of money off of video games. So that's not no slight at video games. What I'm saying is, oh, I want to go buy this new shirt. I don't need I got 100 shirts in my closet, but I want to get another one. That it's managing your focus and understand, but no, I can get that shirt once I put that 250, once I put that 500 in the bank. Do I have the whatever is left over? That's the management of the focus. That's what we're talking about. You need to manage it because if you manage your focus, you'll hit your goals. Because and it requires one of my favorite words, discipline, in order to do that. And then you have to be well before you have to be consistent, but you have to develop that discipline in order to be able to do that. You see what I'm saying? So this is where people they don't manage their focus. So first check comes around, their check's $2,000, so they know okay, I got to take 500 out of this, put it into that savings account that once it's in there, I'm not allowed to touch it. It's got to be now managing your focus. Your focus, oh man, I really want that. And that W word pops up, that's already a no-no. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Now you need something, car breakdown, whatever. I get that. There are things that's going to pop up, but it's about managing your focus because now how are you going to tell yourself? How are you going to adjust your plan? Because you don't want to get caught in that hamster wheel because this is, I'm explaining weight loss too, by the way. if you want to, all you have to do is flip it. And I purposely chose to go the other way, just, because not everybody's trying to lose weight, but everybody can kind of relate to the saving money to a degree. And when you are trying to do that, when you have that goal in mind, if you don't manage your focus, you're more than likely going to fail. So manage that focus so you understand, okay, I need to put the money here on this, that, just manage it. Managing your focus, much like discipline, isn't a one time. It's not just one action, not one day. It's several days managing it. Like when you're managing a store, you go there every day, right? When you're managing a company, you go there every day, or you're it's a constant thing. So those are kind of like, a story, and I guess then an analogy to kind of bring home that importance. So it's one of those things when you're thinking about, okay, I'm a little bit more consistent. You start to see yourself developing into the person that you want to be. How can I apply being better at managing my focus? How can I be more consistent with it? I'm great for doing it for about 4 weeks, but then I'm like a ADHD. Yeah. Everywhere else, you want to say, what can I? So now you know where your issue is. So whoever you go to or whatever you do to get that help to kind of get you to that over that hump, you can say, hey, look, I'm good these first 4 weeks, but man, then I was like, I see that whatever I have in the bank. So now I'm like, I've already done pretty good. I'm gonna go, and then next thing you know, it's going. Yeah. It's okay. So this was your topics. Okay, what was kind of like going through your mind when you texted me and said, hey, I want to talk about this. Bring us up on that.
I actually want to call an audible on that one. Just because I have something much more some focused on me rather than outside. Managing my focus, right? So an external situation where I'll talk about myself, right? Let's be fully transparent. I think I talked about this on the last episode, if not the last episode, the last episode, where I was talking about I kind of like, as soon as North Americans ended, I focused on content and not really championships, right? I had a great deal. I had a great videographer, photographer, Eric. He was like, yo, you have the physique to actually take things to the next level. You can make money while doing this, bro. Like, you have the physique, check. You have the personality, check. You're regular dude, plays video games, chill out, you know what I'm saying? That's marketable, check. You have the knowledge, check. Now you just need to market yourself. And I was like, money? Cool. Let's do this shit. Let's do this. So that was the path I was going down. And I think I was talking to you for a hot minute. I was just like, man, it feels good to walk in my purpose. Mm-hmm. It felt really good to do that. But at a specific time, it was a conflict within where it was just like, why am I here and where am I going? This was after the Olympia and all these other bodybuilding shows where you see influencers not winning anything, but they're extremely marketable. But you see the winners, Not extremely marketable. So they lose their sponsors. Look at Phil Heath, right? I think we talked about this. Phil Heath, 7-time Mr. Olympia. If anyone knows, put his sponsors down in the comment section below. Right? And we have Regan Grimes. He got the recipe. He got the sauce. Doesn't really win a lot. But he got the sauce. He's not going to win the Mr. Olympia the next year or the year after. But he's going to get there eventually. But right now, he has the sauce. He's extremely marketable. He has the sponsors. The eyes are on him. So I had to take a step back and say, hey, Coop, what's the end game? Do you want to be a Regan Grimes or a Phil Heath? The one person that has killed it so far is Chris Bumstead. Mm-hmm. And then, classic physique, right? That's cake, right? And I was like, how can you build a brand when no one knows who you are? Coop, you haven't won anything. What? I won the Texas Cup. You see what I'm saying? Focus on winning championships, and the branding, the brand deals, the sponsorships will handle itself. Mm-hmm. There's a time and place, Coop. Managing your focus. I realized I couldn't focus on me personally. I couldn't focus on it. The reason why Chris Bumstead is so successful, he won the Olympia, and he's personable. I haven't won anything. Go back to work. Figure it out. Stand by. I dropped my journal. Another thing, when I was like, kind of bringing an analogy in here, I learned this in 7 level whenever we're setting up a FOB, a forward operating base, right? So we're pretty much setting up a sandbox. So we have to, this is our home base basically, right? We have our command and control here, our supplies here, ammo, our forces going to sleep here, da-da-da-da-da. The one thing you have to focus on is how are we going to take care of the mission? And you have to focus on the mission. And whenever we're talking about, hey, how are we going to operate out this operating base? We're worried about what's the enemy's capabilities, what's our capabilities, what's the mission. That's what we are focusing on. We're not focusing on, hey, what is the cafeteria going to be feeding us? Are they going to have steak and lobster? I know I'm Air Force, but just stay with me for a second. Are they going to have steak and lobster? That's the mindset you have to have within your life. What is my opposition doing? Whether that's yourself, a douchey coworker, a boss that doesn't like you, the scale. What is my operation doing, or my opposition doing, that I have to counter? You kind of become the coach and the quarterback all at once, where you're the observer and you call the plays, and you also have to execute the plays as well. So there's this weird dichotomy. You also got to be willing to detach yourself from that situation and be like, okay, Coop, what do you focus on right now? Championships or content? Man, okay, cool. If you do this, this will happen. Do this, this will happen. Where do you want to go? Cool. Quarterback. What's the play? Forget about the content. That's going to handle itself. Forget about the brand, the t-shirts, the logos, the ebooks. That's going to have a day. Go execute on winning championships. Then we can come back and talk. Mm-hmm. Now it's up to the quarterback, also you, to get the job done. To call the play. Let everyone know we gonna fight. And get out there and handle business. Mm-hmm. Right. Don't have a segue into anything else.
No segue. So I'm actually gonna pick up off of, we're gonna make it, because it's a conversation a continuing conversation we've had. So you get to a point where you can still work on being a champion while branding yourself. You got to work to that point. That's what some people don't understand, because now this is where it gets tough, because this is where every sport's a little bit different. When you talk about the big four, we're really the most, or really the big three, basketball, football, and baseball. if you're really good, 9 times out of 10, the money's going to come in off the court as well, or off the the playing field as well. Now, what we do, it's a little bit different. Just because you win doesn't mean it's going to roll in. So now it's like, can I be that? Well, I guess it could be a double threat, but can I be that triple threat? Am I going to be the one that breaks the mold and then sets the new standard where, I mean, because if you're being real, Ronnie Coleman might be more popular now than he was when he was
Yeah.
when he was winning. I knew about him. You were damn near a baby when he was winning. You know what I mean? I knew about him, but I didn't really know much about the sport. I didn't know there was. I just at that point almost was. It was just male bodybuilders and women bodybuilders. Nothing else. Kind of thing. And even at that point, he didn't really have it to where he was a true household name. I mean, if we're being real, even when Arnold was winning that stuff, he wasn't really a household name until he started to do movies.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so now he had to shift his focus. He still cared, and he still, to this day, cares and loves, bodybuilding and does a lot for the sport. But now this is where managing your focus. So you win that championship. Okay. I win this championship. I'm the best right now, but I still need to feed my family. I want to leave a certain legacy. I don't want my, it's like, for example, I don't want my kids to be son of champion bodybuilder. That can get you a little bit. That might get you into a door, but they can't eat that.
Yeah.
That not, you know what I mean? So it's like, what can I do to make that more valuable? That's where it comes down to managing your focus. So you knew what it took to get there. So now it's like, do you hire a social media manager so you don't have to write the post? All you gotta do is take the pictures. Do you do that? You start to. So now, because most of us are our own social media managers. So not only are we, and when we're taking the pictures, we're writing the captions, we're researching the different things with hashtag, all these different things. We're doing all those things. Those things add up, and it's not. And here's the thing: it's not to say those things aren't important, especially if you're doing it for the right reasons. If you just want the likes, I mean, that's you, whatever. But if you're trying to, again, establish something and build something, now you're like, okay, I need to possibly hire somebody so I don't lose focus from what makes me great or what makes me marketable or makes me whatever. That's what you call managing your focus. You see what I'm saying? So right now, Kyrie noticed my training was suffering because I was focusing too much on the other pieces of what I need to do. Right now, I'm at a point where I just need to become better as an athlete before I can even worry about that. I'll get my name out there by winning a few more times.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I've won, and thankfully Kyrie has youth on his side. Now that I've won, now I can really start to try to push. Now I can start to do these different things. But that's managing your focus. So even he called me old earlier inadvertently. he's a young kid. I'm with them. I'm with that. But then I shouldn't say obviously, but now I'm gonna give you a comment. He's wise beyond his years because it's not necessarily stuff that I've told him. It's stuff that we've talked about and kind of like, and figuring out. And, he realized, hey, I gotta, in managing my focus, just like if you're managing the company, sometimes you gotta fire people.
Yep. You
gotta say, all right, I can't focus on this right now. There's nothing wrong with that. And he knew, and it's going to work out because now you can kind of show, okay, start winning more. Bam, now I can focus on this again. You know what I mean? You got to fix it. I mean, like with me, I knew. So for example, this is great. So managing focus, we're promoting a show. I've been in prep a bunch of times. I know what to expect, all these different things. Because I know that, managing my focus, I'm not doing anything as an athlete until the second half of the year. Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to be foggy, trying to promote a show, talking to sponsors about giving us large sums of money to put their logo somewhere. And I'm, everything like that. So, but that's managing the focus because I know for the next, 7 months, that in coaching, that doesn't mean I'm not going to be an athlete anymore. I'm still going to do everything I need to do. However, where my main focus is is on making sure that runs. So that's again two super real life examples of managing your focus, knowing where, like, it doesn't make you weak. Cause everybody, this, again, you're too young for this. There's a skit on In Living Color where they were making fun of the Jamaican. There was a Jamaican guy. He had like, I got 12 jobs, and it was like this whole thing. And it's like, so we've created a society where you need to be doing 6 trillion things. If you're not doing 6 trillion things, you're not doing enough. And it's like, no, no, that's not true, and it's not fair, and it's not right. Find what you're good at. If you happen to be good at multiple things, that's awesome. But manage your focus. Know when you need to be, like, I know when I need to be coach. I know when I need to be promoter. I know when I need to be athlete. I know when I need to be all the other freaking thousand hats that I wear. I know when I need to do those things. So that's where I would say managing your focus. I challenge all of you to know when to wear the proper hat.
A quick closing thought. I think I don't even know what episode when I was just like, you have to find what you want to be the best in, whatever it is.
34 or 35.
Right. So whenever you get that answer, part 2, step 2, focus on it. Because that's your end goal, right? So first, find the thing. If no one has asked you this, I'm going to ask you, where are you going, sister? Where are you going, my brother? Where are you going, nephew? Step 2, how can I focus? Like, what do I need to do to get there? Because it's cool to be like, I want to be the best bodybuilder of all time. All right, put down the Doritos, bro. You want to be the best bodybuilder of all time? All right, cool. Go train hard. Be consistent in your off-season diet. Because bodybuilding isn't always about prep. What are you doing in the off-season? Come on now.
Are you ready to make those sacrifices to truly be the best?
And that's also because, like, I know me personally, I don't think right now 24-year-old Coop will be a great champion and a great businessman. That's just not happening. So one of those things going to have to go. And I chose businessman. I'd rather be a champion. Right now, November 22nd, you guys going to see this on the 23rd. I choose champion. So I'm going to focus on that. But you also got to be prepared to make sacrifices somewhere else. Are you going to be okay with that?
It's lonely. And the thing is, it's especially in our sport. So I'm going to use basketball, right? That kind of like the difference. So basketball, do you need to eat right? Yes. Is it as strict as us? No. You got to get up, you got to get up early, go train, do whatever you got to do. It's not as lonely. You got teammates when you go to practice. While you have to do a lot of work on your own, for us, it's a lot of alone stuff. When you got to eat, you may not be able to go with your family to somewhere because they're going out to wherever they're going out to, and they don't really have any options, and they don't allow outside food, so you got to stay home. Yeah. Thanksgiving's coming up, and if you have a show coming up, sorry. Yes, Thanksgiving. Yeah. Why would you even like? Honestly, like if I had a show, like let's just say there was a show that Saturday. Now, yes, you start to carb up and everything. Why on God's green earth would you subject yourself to be around it? Let alone, I got willpower. You're an idiot. Don't do that.
Just stay unnecessary, though.
Zoom in and eat your stuff. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is, to be the best at anything, you have to be willing to sacrifice. That's the thing. So when it comes to managing your focus, you say, okay, I've managed my focus to the point I know I want to be. I don't want to just be the best that I can be. I want to be the best, period. Mm-hmm. The amount of things that you have to sacrifice, most people really, they say they are until they have to start sacrificing. Because I'll say, look at Ronnie Coleman right now. If you knew right now, because I'd rather ask it to Kyrie than to myself. I ask Kyrie, like, are you okay with your pursuit of, and now this is the worst part. You don't know if you're even going to be the best, but are you okay with that being a very real possibility of you ending up like that? So, and that's no different. Go ahead.
Just to tag on to that one, I forgot who said this, right? So this isn't coming from me, but it was like, to find out what lane you want to dominate, ask yourself, am I willing to die for it? Now it just so happened we're in bodybuilding and you have people who actually die for this. But let's bring it into like something real life, right? You're willing to die for your daughter. To be the best dad of all time. You ready to die for your daughter, bro? If worst comes to worst, like, you will to, sacrifice yourself to be the best dad? You see what I'm saying? So that it goes a little bit deeper than that, where it's just like, yeah, are you willing to make that ultimate sacrifice? It's okay if you don't want to. All right? So don't look at this podcast and be like, well, I don't want to die for anything. I must not like anything. No. Calm down, ma'am. It's going to be all right. And it's okay. But this is for the people who are wrestling with this idea of like, I want to conquer. This is the reality of things.
Or when you see those people that are the best, because a lot of times we chalk it to, oh, look, or, LeBron 6'9". I mean, so I'm not, do not negate the hard work that these people put in, the sacrifices that they put in to get to where they are. The countless relationships that they lost that were damaged or whatever, damage to their body, all these different things. And then again, in real life, are you willing to, like, you want to be the best, you have to be willing to sacrifice. Hopefully it's not your life, you know what I'm saying? But you have to be willing to sacrifice. Are you willing to sacrifice, so you won't be the best parent? Your kids, want to start doing these extracurricular activities. Are you willing to sacrifice time away from the things that you want to do to make sure they get to what they're doing? Now, the ultimate one, because I got 4 of them, so they ain't cheap. So now you may have to miss out on some of those things just so they're able to do those things. Wait till that one hits you. Because you got to go get the finances, you know what I'm saying, in order to make but that's one of those things. I'll just say, I'll be like this, something that I was not willing to sacrifice, no matter what my job was. I always take my kids to school. That is a non-negotiable. When I was really only when my oldest was in kindergarten and then maybe first grade. But anyway, that was the last time I had to like report to somebody or whatever. And I was like, yo, I gotta do this. So I'm not, if your work schedule tells me I need to be there at a certain time, I'm gonna be there after that, or just don't hire me, because that's a non-negotiable. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta, again, goes back to managing your focus, because you gotta figure, okay, what can I sacrifice? What am I willing to sacrifice? It's all about that, managing that focus. Because then you could tell somebody, hey, look, this is not going to go the route you want it to go, or will go the route you want it to go. But sacrifice is about choice. I don't want to go too deep into this, because that one we go sacrifice. Start
up a new episode, bro.
Sacrifice is about choice. You see what I'm saying? Like, and that's managing the focus, because now you're managing your focus, and now I'll bring it back to, okay, it's like championships, which means a lot. Business, I won't say business / legacy, but business / content creation, which means more right now.
Yeah,
you got to manage your focus. You had to sacrifice that, because I can speak to this. I know how much you enjoyed it. You know what I mean? You're doing that and everything like that. You know what I mean? Because when it's like if you. Some people are like, I don't want to sacrifice soda. You're not sacrificing something that's bad for you. You're making a good choice. Sacrifice is when you got to get rid of something that you really, that you damn near need, or that, is not bad for you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But again, I don't want to go too far, down that rabbit hole, since we were literally supposed to wrap it up about 7-8 minutes ago. So.
But yeah, if you guys gain something from it, definitely hit us up on our socials down here under Isaac. Leave a comment below. Like the video. Comment what you learned. And also comment what you're going to apply. Because knowledge is power. But if you don't do know this power, it's useless. You see what I'm saying? So, do you got any more closing remarks?
Nope, that's it, man. Just like, comment, subscribe.
We'll see you guys next Tuesday. Y'all take it easy. Peace.